Hi there, this is Linda and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm putting together the week of November 21st through 27th, 2022 in my Project Life album. For 2022, I was working in a 12 by 12 album, so it was fun to kind of dive back into that size as I try to finish up the last few spreads in this album. For this week, I am working with the Stories by the Month kit from Ali Edwards for November 2022, and I almost crushed the entire kit in this spread. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, you guys, I finally am diving back into 2022 Project Life. I just have a few weeks to finish up, and I just struggle to get back into it now that I've been working on my 2023 album. It is now late June 2023, and this is a spread from November 2022, so it has been a while. I don't remember a ton about what happened. I'm also just kind of wanting to be done with it. So I am going to put this spread together. I'm going to be happy to have it done and documented. But at the same time, I'm ready to just kind of move on and just keep it sort of simple. So I did have an insert sitting here. I'm not sure that I actually need to use it. I will see. This was back when I was doing 12 by 12 Project Life. So I have a lot of 4 by 6 photos compared to what I do now. And I'm just kind of laying out all of the photos that I have to kind of get an idea. I think I do, I think I need the insert, but I think I need it to be all 3 by 4s. So, which is fine, I can just use this one anyways and adhere them that way. So I'm just trying to see like what I have. This was my first Thanksgiving after getting divorced. And so this is the week of Thanksgiving. And I think I just kind of wanted to, I had a very simple week. My daughter went to Thanksgiving with my ex. So I think and I did print a photo of that. I'm no longer kind of including that stuff in my Project Life album for 23, but for 22 was very much a transition year. I'm thinking that I'm gonna do like the front here is going to be like the Thanksgiving and non-Christmassy stuff, minus this one photo. And once you flip it over, this will be the more Christmassy stuff that happened. So we put up Christmas. Let's see, I have these 4 photos. So I'll put I'm just gonna do like the back of this. And unfortunately with this many pages, it doesn't all fit on the camera here, but you can see I kind of had like a very cozy week and with my daughter gone. And I'm thinking, because she spends Thanksgiving with her dad and Christmas with me, I am not a big Thanksgiving person. I was actually very happy to not do anything for Thanksgiving. I went out with some friends for Chinese food, which was fun, but I didn't do like a Thanksgiving celebration. I'm working with the Stories by the Month kit from last November. So I'm just kind of looking through here. I really like this card. I know that's not on camera. I will show you guys once I get it all laid out. And I do need, so I'm using this for my title card. I do need another 3 by 4, so I'm probably going to use, or 4 by 6, so I'm probably going to use that one. I don't love all the browns in these kits, but I want to just kind of, use this kit. Letting November have its moment. Love this season. I think that will go more for the Christmas. The November gratitude card. Moments card. And I do have these ones I was repeating every month, and I don't even really remember what I did. I think this is like a recap of the month. And then moments, November. And I think I don't even have, I have too many cards or too many spots for the number of cards that came in this kit because I have this insert here. So I'm trying to decide what I want in these other spots. I do have this one, which I didn't use. I guess I could use that one and put like some chipboard on it. And trying to decide if I could do something with this card to make it fit in a 3x4. I could cut this part down, and then this one is just not going to fit in a 3x4. Not this one. No. I need 2 more cards over there. So I'm going to go look in my, actually, I'm going to look at what these are. Forget the kits come with something extra. So these are like these little plastic leaves. These are super cute. There's only 5 of them. I think I could definitely use all of these in the spread to just kind of embellish some of my photos and add something a little extra, and add maybe using the stickers. I'm just kind of laying them out on some of the photos. Some of these photos I think could use a little bit more journaling, but I'm gonna go super simple on my journaling here because I don't remember a ton of what happened. So I'm gonna go look in my stash and see if I have some more cards to put on this final spread. Okay, so I went over and pulled my fall themed journaling cards and filler cards. And I'm just gonna quickly flip through these. So I went over in my stash and I pulled out a few cards. I think, so this one says Happy Friendsgiving, and that's just not something I really do, but my daughter did a Friendsgiving. So I think I'm gonna put that card here, even though the colors are a little bit different. And I'm going to leave this here, and I'm gonna tell a few stories in there. Probably the Friendsgiving story will be in that. But that way I can show Summer's friend group with her Friendsgiving, with the Friendsgiving card. And now I have this one to go somewhere else. So this, I think I will tell the story of Thanksgiving and what Summer did, what I did. And then this one that's like a recap of November. This one's gratitudes, which is kind of like a recap. And I'm gonna open the chipboard here, maybe start pulling these out. So I did put those little leaves on a few of my photos, and I think I'm going to kind of layer those with some embellishments, but I think that I also want to include some of the chipboard pieces in a similar way. I mean, not embellishments, the word phrase. So I think I'm going to do this one on here, and then let's see, November moments. I think I like that, like layered on this leaf. I love that. That's so cute. Let's see, my title card here, I'm going to go ahead and put this label sticker. And then I'm thinking I could put maybe like, maybe I don't want to put anything on there. I'm just going to leave it like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my dates. So I'm looking at November 21st. I got to remember to turn this back to 2022. Oh, that was really bad. November 27th, get a better stamp that time. That's fine. Okay, so that's good. And then just the best, like this one for this photo of my cat. Thankful here for some ice cream at work. It's my advent calendar. Just trying to kind of put a few different things. Family time, I can put that here for this is like the decorating the tree. So the weekend after Thanksgiving, we put up our decorations. and we put up the lights on the outside of the house. I'm just gonna slide this over so you guys can see what I'm working on. And so I pulled over this card from my stash, which was from Kelly Perky. And I think that that will be a great one there. And I'm gonna put this one here. Now I don't love that there's so many journal cards. So I'm gonna switch this stuff around. I'm gonna put this here and put this like that. And that's just gonna be an overview of this week. I pulled out these additional filler cards, but I don't think I'm gonna use them. And then some of these, let's see, celebrate. It's good there. Give thanks, I can put on the Thanksgiving photo. Love us on me and my cat. I think these ones I'm not gonna be able to fit. I'm just trying to use my supplies, you guys, and like use the whole kit. But I don't think I'm gonna get to these cards or these two from my stash. I'm gonna put them back. And then I think that's good. I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting things together, embellishing them, doing my journaling, and getting these pockets completed. And I'm just gonna slide this over because I'm gonna work on this page first, and then once it's done, I'll move it out of the way so that you guys can see what I'm working on. Okay, so I decided to start with some of my journaling. This card here has spots for 3 different little stories, so I'm kind of using my photos as a jumping off point. You can see I have that sticky note right there where I had written out some notes probably in maybe December or January, so that of things that happened this week. So I have some quick notes here to work from. And in 2022, I was using day 1 to capture my stories. So I do have detailed notes in the day 1 app. But when I was putting the spread together, I honestly just didn't really feel like going back through those. I wanted to just kind of get it done. I have maybe 2 more spreads after this one to finish. And I don't know, I just wasn't really feeling going back through all of these stories. I just wanted to kind of get the spread put together. So I highlighted 3 stories there. One was about my daughter and me making horchata, which is in that bottom left photo. The second story is about her Friendsgiving dinner that she had with her friends on Tuesday. And then when the third story was about how I put together her advent calendar on Wednesday after she had left for Thanksgiving with her dad, which is that photo on the far left in the middle row there, that's her advent calendar that I put together each year. So I am working here on embellishing some of these pieces here. What I did was I took the plastic leaves from the kit and I put them onto some of my photos. I ended up stapling them down in a couple spots using my tiny attacher. And then in other spots, I layered them with word phrase strips, and a few other ones I layered with chipboard pieces. I actually ended up using almost the entire kit, which I was very proud of myself for that. That is not something I typically do on a spread, but I really want to kind of use up my supplies, especially these older supplies from last November, because I am going to be getting the November Stories by the Month kit for 2023, and I don't really need a lot of these supplies piling up. So I went over to my stash and pulled out 2 word phrase strip sheets that are white. This brown sheet came in this kit, and I'm just pairing them. I like to have 3 word phrase strips together in a cluster on photos unless they're paired with some other embellishments. Like you can see on the one with the horchata, there are only 2 because that's what fits on that leaf image there. But on this one, where the only embellishments are the word phrase strips, on that one with the advent calendar, there are 3 of them. And I pulled over 2 white sheets because one of those was food themed, and I wasn't sure that the sentiments would work with all of the photos that I have. On that top right corner, I have a photo of my cider donut and my coffee in the morning, and I added one of the chipboard pieces that says November Moments on top of the leaf there, and I really love how that embellishment turned out. On this card here, I'm journaling about my daughter's Thanksgiving.
She went with my ex to his family Thanksgiving. So she was there from Wednesday through Friday. And then I also journaled about what I did for Thanksgiving, which was not very much. And I really enjoyed it. So I did include one of the photos that she sent me from Thanksgiving. That is her with my ex right here. I think that in the future, my plan is to not really include that stuff in my Project Life album and instead include those types of photos in her album. But 2022 was a huge transition year for me, which is me just trying to kind of figure out how to navigate their relationship in my albums going forward. This card right here is the gratitude card. These came in every single one of the Stories by the Month kits for 2022, and I used them to recap some of the highlights from the month. I went back and looked through the completed spreads of my Project Life album to fill in the details on this card. For some reason, I had skipped this spread specifically in putting together my album, and all of the other spreads from November are already completed. So I was able to use those as a reference point to remember some of the highlights of the month. I'm adhering some of these cards together using some washi tape so that they can fit in the 4x6 pocket. On this photo here, this is all of the lights that I brought out, and I was testing them in the hallway to make sure that they all worked before hanging them on the outside of my house. And I just added a leaf and a sticker on there. On this card right here, there was this chipboard tag in the kit. And one of the word phrase strip sheets that I brought over had some word phrase strips that kind of went together in a phrase. It says, "Hello, bring on the good stuff." And I just put them all together on that chipboard piece. And I really love how that turned out. That was just kind of a happy accident because I didn't realize that the word phrase strips had that when I picked that sheet to pull from. But I'm happy that I found a place for it because those would have been difficult to use individually. I did end up using all of the chipboard pieces from the kit, which I was very surprised with, but I think because I had this insert, so I had about a lot of extra places to embellish, I was able to do that. And a lot of them were very general sentiments. Some of them don't fit perfectly on the cards or photos that I included them in terms of the sentiment, but they're close enough that I felt like it worked. And for me right now, I'm really just focused on getting the spreads completed, using my products, and making this simple so that my memories are recorded in these albums and I can put them away on the shelf and move on to another project rather than working on finding the perfect embellishment for every single photo. So now I'm moving on to the right-hand side here. And on this photo here, this is us decorating the tree. I put a leaf and a chipboard piece that says family time. It's my daughter and my cat there. My cat's always involved in all of the action. Then on this photo, this is us hanging the lights on the outside of the house. And I found one of these word phrase strips that said traditions and put it on this chipboard piece from the kit. It didn't fit perfectly the way that I wanted it to, but I think it worked out. This here was my daughter getting a tree for her room and decorating it, so I wanted to add a photo of that. And then I'm filling in this holiday home decorations card. So this one I pulled out of my stash earlier in the video, and this is actually from Kelly Perky or potentially Paper Person shop. I'm not sure which iteration of her shop it's from, but it is from an older holiday or holiday themed release. I don't know if it was an actual like December daily kit or if it was just the monthly kit. But I like a lot of her prompt cards like this when you're going back to do older spreads because they help you kind of tell the story and remember what you want to say when you can't really remember the details of specifically what happened. A lot of her journaling cards are very prompt-based like that, but I can't do more than maybe one or two on a spread because I do have a lot of my own stories I want to tell. So that's the only product that I brought into the spread that isn't from Allie Edwards. Now I'm moving on to this card here that says saying yes to and saying no to. And I included this one primarily because I needed another 4x6 pocket filled. I also wanted to use another card from the kit, but I thought that this was really good for me to stamp out some larger phrases that are general themes about this time in my life. And I really only thought of one saying no to, which is traditional Thanksgiving. So I decided to also add stress to that list because I'm always trying to say no to stress, right? But then for the saying yes, I added some of the main themes this week on here. And I enjoy the process of just kind of stamping these out, even though it does take a bit of time. And then you can see here I had those 2 heart chipboard pieces left. They're the only ones left from the kit. And I am going to find a place for them on that saying yes and saying no card, just to kind of fill in that extra dead space and use them up, because I was so thrilled to use up the entire sheet of chipboard on this one spread. This moments card I used to tell some bullet point moments of other stories from the week, and I'm getting the ideas for what to write here from that sticky note that I did back closer in time to when this spread actually happened, and also from my photos. You can see I flipped over that insert just to get an idea of what was on the other side to use as prompts for filling in these details. Okay, so I think that this is going to wrap up my spread. I do end up adding a few more word phrase strips and those chipboard hearts. You can see I'm adding those here. And I think that they just work to kind of fill that space because none of my stamping went over. But the primary reason I used them was because they were the last 2 pieces in the kit. And I just wanted to crush it. It just feels so good to crush a kit. From this kit, I ended up using every single thing except the entire word phrase strip sheet, because that would be really hard to do in one spread. And I also didn't use 2 of the 4x6 cards, but otherwise I used everything from the kit. And I'm really thrilled with how it turned out. Here's a look at the left-hand side of the spread. And then here is a look at the right-hand side. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.